Welcome students. Today we are going to discuss chapter 5 surface chemistry. We have learnt in previous classes about diffusion, osmosis etc. which occurs in the bulk of a phase. Now we are going to discuss surface phenomena which occurs at the surface or interface of a substance. Interface means boundaries separating two bulk phases like solid and liquid. For example, water vapors condensed on the glass window as shown in this figure. This shows the surface phenomena. Adsorption. Adsorption is the accumulation of molecules on the surface of the substance. As you can see in this figure, this is the surface of adsorbent. Adsorbent is a substance on which the adsorbate molecules get adsorbed. These are the adsorbate molecules which accumulates on the surface of this adsorbent, and this is the bulk of adsorbent, and due to empty spaces some of the molecules from the surface go into the bulk of the adsorbent. Next is desorption. It is the reverse of adsorption or removal of adsorbed molecules from the surface of adsorbent as shown like this. For example, when heat is supplied to metal hydride crystal, hydrogen gas molecules starts removing from the surface of the crystal and thereby contracting the crystal, and this process is called desorption. Occlusion. It is the adsorption of gases on the surface of metals. For example, hydrogen gas molecules get adsorbed on the surface of metal crystal and results into the expanded metal hydride crystal. Also, heat is given out during this process. Evidence in support of adsorption. In first figure, if we introduce finely divided activated charcoal into a closed vessel containing the oxygen gas at low pressure, the pressure of the gas is found to decrease, showing that some amount of gas has been adsorbed. In the figure 2, the solution of organic dyes such as methylene blue, if we add animal charcoal to it and stir, it is observed that the intensity of the color in the solution decreases, showing that some amount of the dye has been adsorbed. Mechanism of adsorption. In this figure, a molecule in the interior of the liquid is completely surrounded by other molecules on all sides, and hence the intermolecular forces of attraction are exerted equally in all directions as shown by the arrows. However, a molecule at the surface of the liquid is surrounded by larger number of molecules in the liquid phase and fewer molecules in the vapor phase. As a result, these molecules lying at the surface experience some net inward force of attraction which causes surface tension. Because of these unbalanced inward forces of attraction at the surface, liquids have the property to attract and retain the molecules of a gas or dissolved substance onto their surfaces. Similarly, in the case of solids. Adsorption. It is an exothermic process. When adsorption takes place, the unbalanced forces on the surface of the adsorbent decreases, or surface energy decreases. This appears in the form of heat called heat of adsorption. Hence, adsorption is an exothermic process. For this, delta H is always negative. Entropy change during adsorption. As the molecules of the adsorbate are held on the surface of the solid adsorbent, entropy decreases. That is, delta S is also negative. As delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S, hence for the process of adsorption to occur, delta G must be negative. As delta S is negative, delta G can be negative only if delta H is negative and delta H is greater than T delta S. This is true in the beginning. However, as the adsorption proceeds, delta H keeps on decreasing and T delta S keeps on increasing till ultimately delta H becomes equal to T delta S, so that delta G is equal to 0. This state is called adsorption equilibrium. Difference between adsorption and absorption. In figure A, molecules are retained on the surface of the adsorbent. In figure B, molecules are uniformly distributed into the substance. Substance may be solid or liquid. For example, in case of adsorption, gas molecules get adsorbed on the surface of the activated charcoal, and in case of absorption, like sponge, water molecules absorbed into the sponge. Examples of adsorption, absorption and sorption. In first figure, if silica gel is placed in a vessel containing water vapors, the water vapors get adsorbed on the surface of silica gel. And on the other hand, if calcium chloride is kept in the vessel containing water molecules, the water molecules get absorbed into the calcium chloride as shown, and dyes get adsorbed as well as absorbed in cotton fiber. This process is called sorption. In sorption, both the processes adsorption and absorption takes place simultaneously. Positive and negative adsorption. First is positive adsorption, in which high concentration of adsorbate on the surface of adsorbent than in bulk. For example, when a concentrated solution of KCl is shaken with blood charcoal, it shows positive adsorption. Second is negative adsorption, in which concentration of adsorbate high in the bulk after adsorption. For example, when a dilute solution of KCl is shaken with blood charcoal, it shows negative adsorption. Factors affecting adsorption of gases by solids. Almost all solids adsorb gases to some extent. However, the exact amount of a gas adsorbed depends upon a number of factors. First is nature and surface area of adsorbent. The same gas is adsorbed to different extents by different solids at the same temperature. Further, the greater the surface area of the adsorbent, greater is the volume of the gas adsorbed. Next is the nature of adsorbate. Different gases are adsorbed to different extents by the same adsorbent at the same temperature. This is illustrated in terms of critical temperature of the gases. Higher the critical temperature of a gas, greater is the amount of that gas adsorbed. Third factor is temperature. It is observed that the adsorption decreases with increase of temperature. The amount of heat evolved when 1 mole of gas is adsorbed on the adsorbent is called heat of adsorption. Next is activation of solid adsorbent. It means increasing the adsorbing power of the adsorbent. This is usually done by increasing the surface area of the adsorbent, which can be achieved in the following ways: by making the surface of the adsorbent rough, by mechanical rubbing, etc. Second is by subdividing the adsorbent into small pieces or grains. Third is by removing the gases already adsorbed, that is, charcoal is activated by heating in superheated steam or in vacuum. Fifth one is pressure. At constant temperature, the adsorption of a gas increases with increase of pressure. Adsorption due to pressure. In first figure, when we increase the pressure, gas molecules get adsorbed on the surface. And in figure second, it shows the variation of adsorption of nitrogen and oxygen with pressure at different constant temperatures. It is observed that at low temperature, the adsorption of a gas increases very rapidly as the pressure is increased from small values. Next is types of adsorption. It is of two types. First is physical adsorption and second is chemical adsorption. In physical adsorption, the molecules of adsorbate like gas are held on the surface of adsorbent like solid by van der Waals forces, which are weak intermolecular forces of attraction, without resulting into the formation of any chemical bond, and they form multimolecular layer as shown under high pressure because it has low activation energy. As there is no chemical bond formation, so the molecules of gas easily removed by supplying heat or rise in temperature. Hence, it is a reversible process. On every solid adsorbent, every gas is adsorbed. Only the extent of adsorption may vary. Hence, it is not specific in nature. And the adsorption increases with increase in surface area of the adsorbent. It is also called physiosorption or van der Waals adsorption. Now, second is chemical adsorption. When an adsorbate molecule like gas is held on to the surface of a solid by a chemical bond, which may be ionic or covalent, the type of adsorption is called chemical adsorption. It results into the formation of surface compounds and it forms unimolecular layer on the surface of adsorbent. Due to formation of chemical bond, it has high activation energy. Hence, it is irreversible in nature. Also, it is specific in nature. It also increases with increase of surface area of the adsorbent and pressure. It is also called chemisorption or Langmuir adsorption. Next is distinction between physical adsorption and chemical adsorption. In physical adsorption, forces operating are weak van der Waals forces, and in chemical adsorption, forces operating are strong, that is covalent and ionic in nature. In physical adsorption, no compound formation. In chemical adsorption, surface compounds are formed due to chemical bonds. In physical adsorption, it forms multimolecular layer. In chemical adsorption, it forms only unimolecular layer. In physical adsorption, it has low heat of adsorption. In chemical adsorption, it has high heat of adsorption. In physical adsorption, it is a reversible process. In chemical adsorption, it is irreversible process. In physical adsorption, it occurs at low temperature and decreases with increase of temperature. In chemical adsorption, it first increases with increase of temperature and then decreases with increase of temperature. In physical adsorption, increases with increase in surface area of adsorption. In chemical adsorption, it also increases with increase in surface area of the adsorbent. Physical adsorption, it increases with increase of pressure. In chemical adsorption, it also increases with increase of pressure. Next is Freundlich adsorption isotherm. To understand the effect of pressure on adsorption of a gas, we consider adsorption as an equilibrium process. The extent of adsorption is usually expressed as x by m, where m is the mass of adsorbent and x is the mass of adsorbate when adsorption equilibrium is reached. Thus, x by m is the mass adsorbed per gram of the adsorbent. A graph between the amount of gas adsorbed per gram of the adsorbent and the equilibrium pressure of the adsorbate at constant temperature is called adsorption isotherm. First graph represents the variation of x by m with increase in pressure at constant temperature. At a value of Ps of equilibrium pressure, x by m reaches its maximum value and then it remains constant even though the pressure P is increased. This is a saturation point. and PS is the saturation pressure. This type of adsorption isotherm is observed when the adsorbate forms a unimolecular layer on the surface of the adsorbent. At low pressure, the graph is nearly straight and is shown by the dotted lines. And this is represented by the equation x by m is equal to Kp. At high pressure, x by m becomes independent of the values of pressure and thus represented by x by m is equal to Kp raised to power 0. In the intermediate range of pressure, x by m will depend on the p raised to powers 1 by n, where n is the positive integer and k is the constant, which depends upon the nature of adsorbate and nature of adsorbent at a particular temperature. This relationship was put forward by Freundlich in 1909, and this equation is known as Freundlich adsorption equation, and the isotherm is also known as Freundlich adsorption isotherm. To test the validity of this equation, taking log on both sides of this equation, we get log x by m is equal to log k plus 1 by n log p. This is a straight line equation. If we plot a graph between log x by m and log p, we get a straight line with slope 1 by n, as shown in the graph 2. Next is adsorption isobars. A graph between the amount of gas adsorbed per gram of adsorbent and the temperature at a constant equilibrium pressure of adsorbate is known as adsorption isobar. The first graph shows the physical adsorption isobar. It shows a decrease in x by m throughout with rise in temperature. This is because the molecules on the surface of adsorbent are not bonded by the chemical bonds, and with the rise in temperature they get easily removed from the surface. Second is the chemisorption isobar. In chemisorption isobars, there is an initial increase with temperature and then the expected decrease. The initial increase in temperature is due to the heat supplied as a activation energy for the formation of chemical bond on the surface of adsorbent, and then it decreases with the increase of temperature. These are few applications of adsorption. First is the activated charcoal. Activated charcoal is used in gas masks to adsorb the poisonous gases from atmosphere and purify the air for breathing. Also, animal charcoal is used in the decoloration of sugar. Next is dyeing of clothes, as dye adsorbed on the surface of clothes. Next is the froth flotation process, in which the mineral particles are adsorbed on the surface of the froth. Next is the silica gel, which is used as a dehumidifier, which absorbs moisture from the air. These are also used as desiccants in containers, bags, etc. Next, it is used in softening of water, in which activated charcoal is used in filters for water purifiers, in which impurities get adsorbed on the surface of activated charcoal and filtered water comes out. Next, it is used in the paint industry, as paint molecules bind on the substrate or surface of adsorbent to form chemical bridge. Next, it is used in curing of diseases, as some drugs can adsorb germs on them and hence kill them.